this string's where you belong.
We're kicking off our semi-occasional literary afternoon at the Blueberry Patch. The last one was quite interesting. We had a wake for Christopher Hitchens, and it was a fun deal. Okay, literary afternoon. Yes, we are a music venue, becoming more prominent in the community we serve each month. Everyone has a dim awareness of the Blueberry Patch, which Dallas has been building for 33 years. But now, with the new issue of his recent book coming out, and the web page, and all the social media out there, more people are becoming aware of the oldest surviving artist community in Tampa Bay. The Ink Tank is producing a literary afternoon where the people are immersed in the English language. At our last meeting, at the wake for Christopher Hitchens, the rogue intellectual and world-renowned writer and thinker. This afternoon, we will focus on the foundation of the Beat generation, the Beat movement, Jack Kerouac. There will be Ian O'Hara with extensive literary and biographical material in 3 parts, separated by Dan Stevens, the singer, songwriter, and guitarist. He will read Kerouac's poetry for 30 minutes, then more bio, then I will read from his Dharma bombs and other fiction works, then perhaps some guests, and a Q&A at the end. The immersion, this incarnation of the literary afternoon, is going to begin with Gertrude Bach, which is the most concise, really, statement of the way I think the English language should be dealt with and treated. Okay, Gertrude was a professor of English at Vassar, and the book came out in 1906. Anyway, I stumbled across it in Seattle, and I kept it with me all these years. Anyway, it goes like this. The grammar of any English language is, then, a systematic statement of the forms with which the people who speak that language use to convey their thoughts to one another, with some explanation of the history of these forms and their relations to one another. It is sometimes said that grammar is a collection of rules for correct speaking and writing, but this is not strictly true. The rules of grammar are like the laws of any physical science, such as chemistry, physics, astronomy, physical geography. These sciences are not a collection of rules telling the winds and the tides, for instance, what they must do, or how a certain acid and a certain base shall unite. They only report and explain what happens. And so grammar does not say to us directly, you must speak thus and so, but only the English people at this present time do speak thus and so for the following reasons. Knowing this fact, we shall undoubtedly choose to speak so too, in order to be easily and precisely understood by others, or to avoid the appearance of eccentricity or ignorance. But grammar goes no further than to report and explain the usages of the language, leaving us to choose for ourselves whether or not we shall follow them. And what's that got to do with Jack Kerouac, one might ask? Anyway, I, as a young writer and whatnot, was a person who was interested in the literary forms, the classical works, all of them, and I never got aboard the Beat movement. But what I do realize is that the Beat movement got a hold of all of us. It freed up a lot of writers and people to just basically do what the hell they want to do. And that's what he did, and that's what people like Faulkner did, and that's what Hunter Thompson did. It's a people freeing up to say what the hell ever you can, and that's what the beat movement did for me. Though I maintained my studies in the great masters. Anyway, that'll do it. I guess we're going to start with some of Ian's biographical material.
Tijan, this dream's where you belong. Your golden journey now is just begun. Your mother's arms to hold you, your brother's light to guide. Your quest